Harry Stoner lives a life of luxury in a Beverly Hills mansion, surrounded by comforts, including a maid who speaks Spanish. Having suffered the trauma of World War II and been devastated by problems in his business and personal life, he constantly reminisces about his youth, when he was a baseball fan. Twice this week, he's woken up screaming and reenacted pre-war Brooklyn Dodgers baseball games in his bedroom, including a wild pitch with a wind-up spring that he recalls with nostalgia. At the urging of his wife, Janet, he calls Dr. Frankfurter for a hypnosis session. Harry explains to his wife that every morning spent in bed costs him about $200, considering the mortgage, his daughter's Swiss school, a pool cleaner, a tree trimmer, and other expenses. He also explains that they need to somehow finance a new women's clothing line at work after struggling with books last year to keep the company afloat, potentially attracting the attention of auditors. On the way to the office in his new Lincoln Continental, he picks up a young hitchhiker named Myra, the last of the hippie power plants, free-spirited and laid-back. She asks him to dance, but Stoner politely declines, explaining that he's late for work. Stoner is the co-owner of a Los Angeles clothing company that is struggling financially. He and his partner, Phil Green, saved the company from collapse through fraudulent accounting techniques, and now they face a possible audit. Today, the company is holding a major fashion show for out-of-town buyers, and Stoner and Green are arguing heatedly about how to finance the production of the new clothing line. The bank is only willing to give them 50% of the sales, and they'll need the same amount again within 60 days. Having abandoned all legal means of obtaining money and asking Green if he really wanted to look for work on the streets at his age, Stoner suggests setting fire to their Long Beach factory to collect the insurance money. Meanwhile, an important client arrives from Ohio by train, expecting to be served by a local prostitute, Margot, whom Stoner has hired for such occasions on numerous occasions. During her visit, with the assistance of a French-speaking assistant, the client falls ill and is rushed to the cardiac ward. Still reeling from this incident, Stoner takes the stage at the premiere of his company's new line. He is overcome by memories of the war, and imagines seeing wounded soldiers in the audience. Muttering incoherently about how the Capri in the company's name refers to the island in Italy where he was treated for war wounds, he is rescued by the event's MC. Despite his inner turmoil, the line is a hit with customers, but everyone expresses concern about Stoner's well-being. Sid Fivish, a financier with mafia connections, offers them emergency financing at 200% interest behind the scenes. Later, Stoner and Green secretly meet with arsonist Charlie Robbins on the balcony of a Blue movie theater. They hand him an envelope containing a $2,500 advance, along with the keys and address of the factory he's supposed to burn down. That evening, Robbins inspects the facility, and the next morning, they meet again at the theater. Upon leaving, Stoner is asked to sign a petition to save the tigers. He ends the day by giving Myra another ride, who continues to hitchhike, and spends the night with her at her house. Despite this, he again refuses sex, and his incoherent speech and behavior disturb Myra. At the next meeting, Robbins explains that their warehouse is in serious violation of fire safety regulations, and the insurance company will never pay out for the fire. The only way is to start a fire in another building on the ground floor, owned by someone Stoner and Green know, so that the fire spreads to the second floor. Stoner agrees to do this independently, without Green's involvement, and asks Robbins to abandon the plan entirely if anything goes wrong. Stoner notices some boys playing baseball on the field. The ball hits his left fence, and he goes out onto the field to retrieve it, throwing it so hard that it sails far beyond the baseline. The children, surprised, ask why he did that. "So you could see it at least once," Stoner replies, and remains on the field with a smile. One of the boys, looking at him, exclaims, "You can't play with us, mister.